Alright class, we're going to start our phonemic awareness mini lesson, and today we're going to learn about some very special vowel phonemes. But first let's review what we do know already about our phonemes. Who can give me an example or a definition of what a phoneme is? Excellent. The smallest sound or individual sound that when combined pronounces a word. And who can give me an example of a phoneme? Good. B for B as in boy. We have our phoneme here with the two bars and the sound inside of it, our grapheme, the italicized letter that can be found in the word that we are trying to pronounce. Okay, we know that each of the letters in our alphabet has an associated phoneme. The different combinations of letters can produce different phonemes, and that the order of the letters can also cause different phoneme sounds. Our vowels in particular, we know already, have long and short vowel phoneme sounds. Let's review those quickly. What are our long vowel phonemes? Excellent. We have A, E, I, O, and U. And if you notice here in our little phoneme sounds, we have this bar above each of the sound that indicates that it's the long vowel phoneme, and that is called the macron. Let's go ahead and look at one of the words, this first one here for the phoneme A, the long vowel phoneme, and let's go ahead and try stretching that real quick. All right, are you ready? Made. A-d, made. 3 phonemes with the long A vowel phoneme. Good. Let's do our short vowel phonemes. Who can provide me with an example of that? Good. We have a, e, I, and And again, we have our phonemes written here with that little symbol above the sound indicating that it's the short vowel phoneme, and that is called the breve. Let's go ahead and practice stretching a short vowel phoneme, or a word with a short vowel phoneme in it. We'll do tub. Tub. T-a-b. Tub. So we have again 3 phonemes. Good. But every now and then we come across some words with phonemes that just don't sound right, whether we try and force a long vowel or a short vowel. For instance, this word right here. If I try to sound it out with a long vowel, d-i-r-t, dart. Let's try the short vowel. D-i-r-t, dirt. That might be a little bit closer, but it still doesn't quite sound right, does it? Let's try another word. This one. Cu-u-r-v. Curve. Let's try it with the short vowel sound. K-a-r-v. Curve. It's a little closer, but again, the words just don't sound right. We have another word here that we could try and sound out, just stretching the phonemes. But I want you to notice the pattern that is coming with all of these vowels here. The difficult one comes with the vowel that has the R that follows it. These are called R-controlled phonemes. They can be called the bossy R, the controlling R, or my favorite, the R in charge, because that R tells those vowels how they are going to sound. And if you notice, this word charge here just might have its own R-controlled phoneme. With R-controlled phonemes, our vowels are neither long nor short. And there are multiple sounds, multiple R-controlled phonemes, but today we're going to focus on just one. And that is the phoneme. Say it with me. It can have many different spellings, but the majority come in 4 forms. For an example, our first word, her. You hear that grapheme or that phoneme? Her, with the grapheme ER. Bird, with the grapheme IR. Turn, again, with the UR grapheme. And finally, an additionally special one, pearl, pearl, with the sound, EAR grapheme. That R controls 2 vowels. Okay, let's take a look at some of those words again. So knowing that phoneme now, and knowing that it can come with an ER, IR, UR, or EAR grapheme, let's look at dirt. If we tried to stretch it out now, we end up with dirt. D-er-t, dirt. 3 phonemes. Okay? And now, curve. K-er-v, curve. We have a few additional. Father, ever, and then these last 2, hurry and sturdy. Who can go ahead and try and stretch out that hurry, knowing that the phoneme? Excellent. Hurry. H-er-ry. 3 phonemes with that phoneme, the R-controlled phoneme in there. Okay, now I'm going to read in our book that we are currently reading, Song of the Deep, a paragraph, and I want you to close your eyes and listen for that phoneme. Every time you think you hear it, I want you to raise your hand briefly and then put it down. I hurry down the cliff steps, leaping the gap without breaking my stride. In the shed, I take inventory of everything I have got to work with. There are gleaming scraps of gold-colored metal, a few sturdy planks of wood, a half-dome of glass, and piles of the strange mechanical contraptions that I can't even name. My father makes up some exotic explanation for each of the treasures that he brings home. A half dome of glass was once a monocle for a giant cyclops octopus. A little propeller was a merry-go-round for playful hermit crabs. Okay, everyone open your eyes. And now, in this second paragraph, starting on page 23 of chapter 3, I want you to read along with me. And this time, every time you see what you think might be an R-controlled phoneme with the sound of I want you to raise your hand briefly and then put it down. As a hint, I might just pause slightly to bring attention to the word. Here we go. Read along with me. I look back and forth at the jumble, trying to decide where to start. I grab the biggest pieces of metal and start hammering them into curves. Each one has to align perfectly, so I carefully measure them as I go. They're surprisingly malleable, as if they were made to be sculpted. When the biggest scraps are all laid out and curved into shape, I use a hammer and awl to poke careful rows of holes along the edges. I bolt each piece together, one by one, securing the bolts as tightly as I can. Okay, let's see if we can't identify some of those words in there real quick. Here we go. Good job. All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to read the remainder of the chapter, and as you are doing so, record in your reading logs any words you come across with the phoneme. And if you want a little added challenge, Go up for an extra credit point. I want you to try and identify by sight what might be 5 other words that might have an R in charge vowel or an R controlled phoneme that does not belong to the phoneme. Go ahead and record them in a second column, and we will discuss them in our next R in charge mini lesson. Good luck.